Hi, welcome to the Gardener Workshop. Being a gardener sometimes is not that easy because by the time you've got all the work done, you've been out in the garden all day, moving garbage, moving the wheelbarrow around, putting in plants, and by the end of the day you feel pretty exhausted. So you go inside, have a hot shower or bath, sit down, have a cup of tea or your favourite drink, and then you come to move. And suddenly, nothing is moving. In spite of all the books you've read on gardening, what they forgot to tell you was that gardeners get tired legs. That when you spend the day in the garden, it may not be easy to do more work if you can't move after it. And no one actually gives you advice on helping to get the legs moving again. And they forgot to tell you how to help your legs when you can't take another step. In fact, the problems that gardeners get are pretty much on a par with my people who run and walk long distances. And because I deal with people who do run and walk long distances, I've had to develop a system that can help both gardeners and long distance runners very quickly. So your legs are sore, they're fatigued, you can't move them, and also if you've gone too hard, the muscle stiffness means you can't walk for at least 2 weeks without pain and discomfort, so you need help. The help I give my people is called Wholistic Light Manual Muscle Relaxation, and it's a system that's simple, easy to learn, and it's been tested around the world with some of the world's greatest runners by people who literally run and walk around the world. So it's got quite a good pedigree to help your legs. We have a suggestion to make, and that is that you use the same method that my long distance runners and walkers use to help their legs keep going when it's impossible to actually move the next step for them. So we use Wholistic Light Manual Muscle Relaxation. Holistic Light Manual Muscle Relaxation has been used and tested around the world with people who run around the world. I've used it with Tony Mangan on the worldjog.com when I was working from Melbourne to Darwin in Australia, across America, and many other events where it's been tested at and got people's dreams back on. Here are the 2 world runners that we worked with, Tony Mangan from Ireland and Jesper Olsen from Denmark. And apart from working on Tony's world run, I worked on the world run with Jesper on his first world run in Australia, the same as I did with Tony from Melbourne to Darwin up through the centre of Australia. This is a pair of runners that Tony wore on his way to his 30,000 mark on his run halfway through Australia, and the certificate is what Tony gave me after I was on the part of the Irish run and at the finish of his 50,000 kilometre running. Here I am at the end of Tony's 50,000 kilometre run around the world in Dublin at the finish. And the thing is that if it can help Tony through a good deal of his world run up through Australia, then it can also help the gardener who is feeling a bit below par with being able to move their legs. So what is the difference between conventional forms of recovery and holistic light manual muscle relaxation? And particularly this is up for the gardener. Is conventional work needs intensive training, oils, towels, someone to work on them, hand skills, table to work on, needs ongoing support and ongoing finance to pay for them. On the other hand, the holistic work, there's very little training needed, no oil needed, no towels needed, no undressing, no hand skills needed, it's self-supported, it's simple, tested, effective and recommended by continent and around the world runners. And so it's very good for the gardener because they can easily do it themselves. Holistic manual muscle relaxation is so easy to do once you get the hang of the few hand skills that are needed, that when you've been sitting down and resting, it'll help you get rid of some of those aches and pains in the legs, just like it does my athletes.